Good morning, happy hump day, folks. And believe me, I'm actually kind of glad that I'm talking about what I'm going to be talking about today, because you know what? I need to pick me up. Because yesterday I heard some pretty shocking news, and in some cases you could call even life-changing news. Just know that I'm not going to get into it here because that's not what these videos are for. Just know that everyone's fine. It's just something that really shocked people in my family, and it's definitely going to be a big adjustment. But again, everyone's fine. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But my high is, and you know what? My high is that everyone is fine, in spite of what happened. I'll say that. What's my act of kindness? I did hold the door for some people yesterday. That was an act of kindness. Okay, so with that said, listen, you guys saw the title of the video. You know I gotta keep talking about this. So that said, all hail the power of the great Bambi. Yes, that not so wimpy deer. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's not beat around the bush here. Chicken Condor's playing style is definitely a lot different from what I would do. I'll level with you. I am not a summoner. Like, really not at all. Here's the thing. When I first played Kingdom Hearts, I used summons because I thought they'd work. Many times they actually didn't. And as I'm watching this playthrough, I am getting a bit more of an appreciation for your ability to summon characters in the game. I am. On the whole, think about it. You got Simba, he's got Genie, he's got Dumbo, and he's got Bambi, as I just mentioned earlier. There's still 2 more summons he's going to get. I know what they are. I'm not going to give away what they are, but I know what they are. And I forgot that when you fly on Dumbo, as he's one of the summons, you're technically invincible. And then, wait, why didn't I use him again? And then Charlie kind of reminded me, right, because Dumbo doesn't really do that much damage. It's consistent damage throughout the entire time he's out, but it's not really that much damage. And one particular reason why I never used Bambi back when I was a kid, even when I first got him, as Bambi is a boy, was because, you would think summons would be out there to help you battle Heartless and other enemies. And Bambi doesn't do any of that. Basically what Bambi does is, he'll drop a lot of, magic bubbles that replenish your magic the more you use spells. Which is cool. Kind of like an endless supply. Genie uses a lot of spells, including Stop, which Sora finally has now, after beating Monstro. I'll get to that in a minute. And Simba does the Proud Roar, man. It's Simba. If I were to ever use summons, if I ever play Kingdom Hearts again, I would try and summon more. I don't know who I would gravitate more towards using. I definitely would use Simba in the opposite armor fight, because that was a viral strategy I learned at one point. And speaking of bosses, After, if for those of you who haven't played Kingdom Hearts, and this is a spoiler, if you go, because the way it works on the map, if you will, like, there's like a down path and an up path. Now, the down path is the easier of the two worlds that are in front of you, and that's the one you would go to first. But before you do that, if you are going to go that way, you need to activate a cutscene, specifically that unlocks the world Monstro. Yes, the whale from Pinocchio is a world, and you do the entirety of this world inside of Monstro's body, because it continues the Pinocchio side plot that you may or may not have skipped in Traverse Town, which is funny. Full stop. When I was a kid, I totally messed that up. Like, again, I really wasn't very good. And, like, my brother and I were playing, like, we had no idea what the other was doing. It was crazy. Anyway, so you get to Monstro, and I would be remiss if I didn't share a somewhat mutual slight dislike of Monstro. I get that a lot of people really don't care about that place, and I get why. Because Monstro is a maze. And not just any kind of maze, but a platforming maze. And if you're looking to clean out everything as much as possible, like getting all the trinities, getting all the items, all that stuff, like, you're going to be running around a lot, unless you have some sort of guide or by some miracle you actually memorized where everything was. But this is a very important part of the story, because this is when Sora realizes that Riku is going down a dark path. In fact, Chuck Conroy adequately titled the video, "The Rift Grows." It's the rift between Sora and Riku. I like that Chuck Conroy mentioned that Kingdom Hearts really can be an allegory for growing up, and how the people that you meet in life, for whatever reason, can possibly, drift away, creating the aforementioned rift. Because that happens. I mean, there are plenty of people that I knew growing up that I don't really talk to anymore. Sometimes I even forget they exist. Because, again, things happen that has drifting people apart. In several cases, it's because people move. And by move, I mean move really far away. Which, yeah, that happens. Not going to pretend that it's not annoying. Actually, I forgot to mention, I love that Chuck Conroy said, was he talking about Aladdin or Lion King when he said this? But he watched the movie so many times that, he wore out the VHS tape. Oh, right. Some of you guys don't know what VHS tapes are. Basically, he couldn't really watch it with the best quality anymore. Well, we'll say that. Maybe some of you guys will get that. So, actually, I gotta talk about the boss of Monstro, which is Parasite Cage. Full stop. Because you battle Parasite Cage twice, and obviously the second fight's supposed to be more difficult. The first fight, though, once upon a time, I totally did what Chuck Conroy did here. Just spamming fire on him. It was actually really funny. And I love when you do that, the camera, sort of turns around as, it's going. Kind of like a Matrix type thing. Not actually like the Matrix, but you get, the camera, turns around and stuff like that. It's actually really funny. I like that he's continuing. Because I beat Final Mix, and I remember unlocking virtually everything in that game. I forgot about the Grand Ghost. If you don't know what the Grand Ghost is, well, it's one of those special heartless that are exclusive only to the Final Mix of Kingdom Hearts. Wonderland had the Giga Shadow. Deep Jungle had like the Black Serenade, or whatever that's called. Agrabah had the Pot Scorpion, and Monstro has the Grand Ghost. And each one of these unique Heartless have different methods of defeating them. Like, the Black Serenade will split up into 5, and you have to hit the one that actually moves first after it shuffles itself around. Well, it moves first, then it shuffles itself around. The Giga Shadow, you gotta, like, keep away from them until, like, you knock them all out, unless they hit you, then they leave or something. The Pot Scorpion, you need to use, like, guard techniques in order to, incapacitate or something, I forget. And the Grand Ghost, you need to use healing items on it. Doing all these things is what gets you like those rare synthesis items that you use to make powerful weapons, later on down the line. Specifically, a certain weapon that is needed for arguably the hardest fights in the game. So you guys might know what I'm talking about. Anyway, okay, I need to talk about this. So, I'm sure virtually everyone who's ever been on YouTube knows what a thumbnail is. But for those of you who don't know, a thumbnail is basically like a quick snapshot of something that happens at some point during whatever it is the video that you're watching. Now, after Chuck and Connor goes back to Traverse Town to complete another page in the 100 Acre Wood, because he got, another torn page from Monstro, it's now time to go to the New World. And remember I said earlier there's an up path and a down path, and the down path is what you're chronologically, in terms of difficult wise, you're supposed to go to first. He goes to there thinking it was a different world. I'm watching this like, because here's the thing. Everyone's seen the thumbnail. After he goes to Monstro, even though you're supposed to go to Atlantica, where the Little Mermaid's land is, where you meet Ariel, he goes to Halloween Town. In fact, the thumbnail shows that he's in Halloween Town. So I'm watching this like, okay, he's going to go to Halloween Town. And he winds up going to Atlantica like, dude, we saw the thumbnail. We know you're going to go to Halloween Town first. Basically, he's doing what he did earlier with Deep Jungle, where even though Halloween Town is supposed to come after Atlantica, the rewards you get upon beating Halloween Town are far greater and apparently are supposed to make Atlantica easier, which, yeah, I'll agree to that. Before I get into that, though, for a long time when I played Kingdom Hearts, I was always stuck. Like, I couldn't beat the Pegasus Cup, which unlocks after you beat Monstro, and I could not beat the final boss in Atlantica. I'm not going to give away. Well, listen, if you've seen The Little Mermaid, you know who it is. It's Ursula. Okay, yeah, just spoil it. Like, for whatever reason, I can never do both. I'm like, you know what, let me skip ahead and see what happens. So, I beat Halloween Town, and only then am I able to beat, Atlantica and the Pegasus Cup. Funny enough, I actually didn't unlock I unlocked the Pegasus Cup first. Because I didn't unlock Traverse Town's Keyhole, which unlocks the Phil Cup until later. This is why you look up official guides, kids. So yeah, it's not something I would do. Again, I'm definitely more of a, doing things in order kind of guy. I also forgot to mention, Monstro is where, one of the places where rare truffles spawn in. If you don't know what a rare truffle is, they're like the blue mushrooms that they jump and you gotta hit them, and basically you gotta juggle them for like 100 times. You rank up like a lot of tech points when you do that. It's actually really cool. So, of course in Monstro it's really hard to do that one. Because, where it is in Monstro is in the throat, and there's a lot of platforms that the rare truffles can land on as you're trying to juggle them. It's really hard and really complicated. Honestly, the one time I've ever really beaten a rare truffle and done it the right way, because if you hit a rare truffle, it lands back on the ground, it just disappears. It's over. All said and done. The easiest way to do this is in Olympus Coliseum, which is great, but the enemies don't drop items. You're stuck. So take that what you will. Oh, actually, I can't really stop this video to talk about how your first introduction, well, technically your first introduction to Oogie Boogie is when you see the villains get together after Sora, Don, and Goofy defeat God Armor. But seeing Oogie Boogie in person happens when, because the plot of Halloween Town is the people of Halloween Town trying to coexist with the Heartless and trying to make them a heart for them. And, oh man, it's always so memorable hearing Oogie Boogie's lines like, I'll be jigging, that works for me. Well, I get my hands on it. Actually, I don't have hands. Oh man, that's funny. I forgot how funny that scene is. And delightfully creepy too. I mean, yeah, it's Halloween Town, man. Actually, I like when Sora, Don, and Goofy first reach Halloween Town. They're in, Halloween Town related attire. And Goofy's like, man, we sure look scary. And then Don's like, well, yeah, well, everyone else is scary too, so if they wind up scaring us, we may wind up scaring them in return. Oh, yeah, it's true. So, also, yeah, I gotta go with what Charlie Connery said. Sora's outfit in Halloween Town, it's been a while since I've seen the one in Kingdom Hearts 2, but the outfit for Halloween Town, yeah, it's definitely one of his very best. It totally is. For the life of me, because I know all the, sorry, someone's doing the Heartless. I know all the worlds have like their own unique Heartless as per Final Mix. I forget what Halloween Town has. Although, okay, so I mentioned the Pegasus Cup earlier. Now, Trippy Conroy has quote unquote been defeated. He was defeated a couple times during fighting a Tidus Waka and oh shoot, I can't remember the girl, but yeah, Destiny Islands. And here's the thing, he beat the Pegasus Cup the way you normally do it. He beat the Pegasus Cup with just Sora alone, but he can't do it in the 3-minute time limit. So he's just not leveled enough. Hopefully he will be leveled enough after, at least after Halloween Time he should be. I can't imagine why he wouldn't. Although his first official death came from a White Knight. A White Knight. Are you... Okay, that excuse is okay when you're like a little kid. But dude, okay. What happens is Sherry Connery is using summoning Bambi. And, like, he is getting hit left and right. And for those who don't know, if you play Kingdom Hearts, if your health is low, the siren sound comes on. A la Pokemon. Even a Pokemon fan would tell you, like, dude, when you hear that siren sound, don't wait. Heal. And Cherry Conroy, instead of healing after he was done just about everything he had to do, he didn't heal. He gets hit by a White Knight and he dies. His first official death in the series so far. I mean, I imagine Cherry Conroy's played the game enough where he already got the no death trophy. Funny enough, I never really paid attention to trophies for the PS3. So I did unlock a bunch of trophies while playing Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. And if you can actually get through Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, I mean, you get a trophy for each difficulty you beat. Of course, I did Final Mix proud, so, I got that trophy. But I was actually able to do it without dying. Granted, I did turn off the game after I died. It's not to say I did die. I did die. I just didn't turn off, and I just didn't save afterwards. Yeah, I'm a rather sneaky person, aren't I? So yeah, that's how I got a rather difficult trophy in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, again, I'm loving hearing this dialogue again. Granted, Cherry Conroy is doing things I myself wouldn't normally do, but this isn't my playthrough. This is his playthrough. Let the guy do what he's got to do. Let him do what he wants. And, you know, let the pieces fall wherever they may. I hope you'll like this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video. For all of you guys watching, enjoy for If you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Remember, if you guys want to talk, channels be here to let me always be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.